Get on your grind, shorty K.
I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it. See, it's diamonds in your soul, but you gotta dig a lot deeper. See, all of our minds been exposed, but I've been changing the frequency. Sending my prayers and affirmations, way, way past where them eagles be. What I learned in my returns is not all things you need to see. You gotta feel it, the negative thoughts, and you gotta kill it. I know that it's hard and it leaves scars, and it ain't appealing, but you gotta heal it. There's lessons in every little layer, but you gotta peel it. Cause the best way to get some air is removing your ceiling. Look, trust me, I know cause I did it. Hit rock bottom, looked around like damn, what the fuck I do with it? I remember the levels and picked up my shovel and I started digging until I got dizzy. And trust me, the spirit been busy. I'm back and I'm paid and I'm busy. So feel like I'm acting the way that you get it. This is for back in the day when they just shit it. I gave them something to believe in, you know they ain't believe it. Tried to show them the vision, they ain't zoom in to see it. Told them about these heights, they said it's too high to reach it. And that had me feeling like Mike, I told them you gotta beat it.
Yes, Zersky, peace, love, and light. It's the God, Lord Christopher, the living survival manual, and I'm back with another download straight from the cosmos. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. Why not start with yourself? Stay blessed, always finesse. Definitely trust the Most High's process, the truest keys to success. Hey, listen, man, before we even get into the vibes today, I just want to say I really appreciate everyone that takes the time to tap in to the podcast, liking, commenting, sharing, DMing, telling me how motivational this has been, how insightful and impactful it has been in your lives. This is what I do it for. We're a community, we're a family, and I just want to continue pushing everything forward, continue to be productive, continue to provide peace and light where I can. So again, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep rocking. And we're going to keep moving towards our greatness. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and hop into the vibes. All right. Vibes here at SYG Studios are to motivate, educate, and enlighten our people to achieve greatness through seeking new ways to invest in themselves. Everything is high level, what we think, what we say, how we feel, and definitely how we act. Before we even get into the energy, take the time to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Comment, share, and subscribe. We love engagement over here and understand that a village pushes the trend, not just one individual. The support is much appreciated, family. The support is much appreciated. Also, take the time to visit the link. I'm going to go ahead and put this link up here. 1 second. Take the time to visit the link. Also, take the time to scan the QR code. What that allows you to do is to join the SYG community on all social platforms, book one-on-one consultations to obtain personal guidance, and so much more. Our aim is to not only grow the brand, but reach at least 500,000. Yes, I said 500,000 individuals who want, need, and are seeking the knowledge to live a more abundant life. New seasons, new knowledge, new upgrades. All right. Now, with all the information being provided, I do want to send out a quick disclaimer. Please take the time to do your own research. It's very vital. My content is intended to be used for motivational purposes. Always do your own analysis based on your own current circumstances. Now, all together, let's get into our God body energy. All right. We're going to inhale peace, and then we're going to exhale growth. Inhale peace, exhale, and receive that growth. Now you can see your greatness. Now, here's what we're learning and tapping into today. I know I'm talking mad low right now. However, the reason being is because this is 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. right now as I'm recording this video. Been having a lot of technical difficulties throughout the day with trying to record my daily episodes. I had started the challenge 100 days, 100 videos, 100 messages, putting out daily content on the podcast. But we come into a few challenges. We come into a few things that tries to hinder us from being able to achieve such greatness. However, we're gonna keep it rocking. We're gonna keep it moving, and we're gonna keep it pushing. So today I wanted to actually introduce something new as well, as we're figuring out the platforms that we're gonna be using on a day-to-day basis. I wanted to start, being more organized when I do these episodes. I've been tapping in with a few friends, family members, colleagues, just getting, just some advice, getting some feedback, constructive criticism as it comes to the podcast, just so I can gauge and see what you guys dislike, things of that nature, so that we can, continue to build and produce better quality and, provide you with good knowledge and dope content. So, what I decided to do, I decided to come up with a few segments that we'll tap into every single day. And I broke them down into four sections. So, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about new seasons, right? New seasons consist of like the new month that we're about to transition into and how that correlates with your life and the type of armor that you need to step into as we go throughout our lives, as we go throughout the quarters of the year, things of that nature. Each month provides a new energy. So we want to, pretty much ride that wave of that energy. And I'll provide tips and guidance on how we can shift our energy in these new seasons. Next, we're going to hop into more the knowledge base, the more solutions, right, on how we can shift into these new seasons, right? Next section is going to be new upgrades. Here's where we'll have like a learning experience, a more educational experience as well. Want to take it back to like when we were back in high school and how we had to do topics or news of the week or news of the day, and discuss that hot topic. And how I want to set it up is we go through, or I pick a topic, or I find something that's happening worldwide, and we just sit down, we discuss it, read the article, watch a video on what has transpired. Sometimes these new facts might come from books. Might cop a new book that I am enjoying reading, and we might discuss that as well. And then we're going to keep it going with TPQ, thought provoking questions, where I'll ask provoking questions that keep your mind sharp, right? These are questions that I would ask entrepreneurs. These are questions that I would ask those who are striving to become better mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. And also, if I was in a situation to where I was in a room and I was having high level conversations or meetings with those who we would say are in the top 5, 3, 1%, I would ask them different questions to kind of gauge their mindset and see, how they transition from one level of where I may, and they can educate me on how I can get there. So we're going to keep those going, and those are going to be the four segments. And then we're going to end it off with wisdom for your vision. Just, words of wisdom that you can take into the next day as we, continue to learn, as we continue to grow, and as we continue to build. So let's go ahead and hop into it, man. Let's go ahead and hop into it. So what we're tapping into today is episode 28 of the See Your Greatness podcast, and it's also day 18 of 100 days of thought provoking questions. Let's go ahead and start with the season that we're about to head into. It is now August 22nd, and we're ending the harvesting season, where you reap what you had sowed over the first two quarters, or over the first quarter rather. And we're pretty much coming to an end of the second quarter of the year. We're coming to an end of the third quarter of the year, actually, and we're about to go into the fourth quarter, which is October, November, and December. We're going into September, which is described as the transition year, or the transition month, rather. It's the period within the year that you transition in. You're transitioning in seasons. You're probably transitioning in your careers. You're probably transitioning spiritually, physically. This is a season to where you your characteristics, your circumstances, so many things change. So that's the title of today's episode, The Great Transition, right? Let's actually break down the word transition. What is transitioning, and what does it, truly mean, right? So the word comes from a Latin word which means transire, right? And what that means is to go across, and often refers to the process, not the end result of something, right? It's like you're going through a process of something. I remember back in, I forgot what episode it was, but I was talking about metamorphosis and how, the caterpillar has to go through a metamorphosis stage or a transitioning stage or a process of growing from, developing from being a caterpillar into being a butterfly. Like, there's a process that it has to go through. It has to build its own cocoon. It has a safe spot that it can, weather the storm, because you never know what type of environment it has to go through as it is going through those different stages that it has to go through, right? So the transitioning is the act of making a change, of going from one set of characteristics or circumstances to another, right? So with all that being said, how do you transition effectively? How do you transition through these seasons properly, right? And that's what I want to be able to give you in the segment of new knowledge, right? So let's go ahead and get into that. So what I did is I decided to write down a few things that you can actually do when it comes to transitioning into a new season. You can have a refreshing new experience, and just do it properly. So I wrote down like 10 steps that you can do to effectually transition through the season, right? So let's go ahead. Number one, clarify your goals. You need to clearly define what you want to achieve, set specific and achievable goals. Setting specific and achievable goals will give you a clear target to work towards. Like, if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to know how to get there, right? And if you don't know how to get there, you're not going to know where you are going. So you just need to just clarify a goal, just anything. It could be something simple, like how I have daily objectives, and I wrote down a goal of like recording a video every day, designing merch weekly. Um, what else I got written down on my board? Work on writing a book or books. Meet someone new, and you can put your own frequency and quantity to this. Like, if you want to meet two new people, if you want to introduce yourself to um, different businesses and promote what you do within your business to them, like, these are goals and things that you should set and have a target date, like have a finish line, right? This is something that you want to do by the end of the day, by the end of the week, by the end of the month, right? And have that quantity. How many of these leads do you want to get? Do you want to have between 3 and 5? Do you want to have between 7 and 10? Leads that you've accomplished that week. Do you want to have this many meetings? Do you want to have this many conversations with individuals and enlightening them on what you do within your business? Or even if it's like personal goals, right? If you want to go to the gym every day, how often do you want to go to the gym throughout the week, right? Just little things like that. Number two, break it down, right? Divide your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Breaking them down makes the process less overwhelming and allows for incremental progress. One thing I learned, man, is just like, it doesn't matter how big or small the accomplishment is. Like, you have to break it down, and when you break it down into steps and you start to accomplish it step by step, it's like a light bulb or like a spark triggers within you. Like, for instance, I'm gonna give you, for me, like, I had a this project, pretty much was a book that I'm writing on, right? And I said, okay, I want to write a book. I want to have it done between the next 3 to 5 months. What are some small things that I can start working on in order to start, breaking this down to produce the full product. So I started breaking down different topics or names of the book that I wanted to have. I started breaking down like, okay, well, what do I want the book cover to look like? Once I started doing that, I started breaking down, okay, what do I want the outline to look like, the topics within the book, how many subcategories do I want to have in each chapter? And once I finally finished, like, and got to the point of finishing, like, the rough draft of those things, I felt like an upgrade. I felt so good about accomplishing something. And that all transpired from me just breaking down small little goals and achieving those small goals, writing them down and seeing me checking them off. That's important, man. This is how you motivate and push yourself through the transition. You got to create a plan, develop a detailed action plan with timelines and deadlines for each task. We said that. Having a roadmap will give you a sense of direction and structure. So it's just building structure, it's building foundation for you. Eliminate procrastination. This is real key. Recognize and address any factors that might be causing procrastination. Identify what is holding you back and find ways to overcome it. For me, like when it came to my physical health, I had to realize that eating snacks at 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 5 o'clock in the morning, you feel me, at one point in time might not be the best thing to do, especially if you're trying to stay healthy and you're not trying to gain weight and things that you're not trying to be up all night because now you got a sugar rush. Like these are things that, or hold on, what am I saying? Recognize and address any factors that might be causing procrastination. Identify what is holding you back and find ways to overcome it. Yeah. So like, I'm sorry, I thought I was going off the deep end with what I was saying, but yeah. So like, eliminating the procrastination in the sense of like, I'll start tomorrow. No, start now. Stop eating them cookies right now. Right. And in that right now, start developing a plan and breaking down that plan and clarifying the plan and the goals that you are trying to accomplish, especially if it's coming, like, again, that physical, or if it's spiritual, devising a plan for that. If it's mental, devising a plan for that. Stop procrastinating on that. If it's business, stop, like, all of this. It can be utilized for everything. Like, you gotta identify what's holding you back and find ways to overcome it. Stop bullshitting. Excuse my language. But that's what it comes down to. You're BSing on your goals. You're BSing on what you truly desire for your life. One of the realest things, again, that I heard from Myron Golden was like, stop acting like we don't have an expiration date. This isn't like fear mongering. This is motivation. This is to get your light sparked up again. This is to get your motor going because you're here to create. You're here to provide for yourself. You're here to live a life. You're here to experience things. Do you know that there was a study that they have a better chance of winning the lottery than being born? Like the percentage on that. So stop procrastinating. Visualize success. Visualization is key. Imagine yourself successfully completing the task and achieving your goals. Visualizing success can increase motivation and confidence. We have to realize that our mind runs off of imagination. Like most of the time, we're imagining something that we can have, and then it ends up happening. Like at one point in time, I imagined myself having a podcast. And then the more and more I imagined myself sitting in front of a camera, thinking of topics to talk about, I started to see those things happen. And I started, okay, well, I can use my phone as my recording device. I can use my phone as my editing device. I can use my phone for all these different types of things. And this all came from just a small visualization of, hey, you know what? I want to start a podcast because I feel like I have a lot of knowledge. I feel like I have a lot of wisdom. I feel like I have a lot of will and drive. I feel like I'm passionate about educating people on different things that I've experienced in my life, and I feel that can be helpful and beneficial to others. I visualize that in my mind first, and then now look where we're at. Take the first steps. Often the first step is the hardest. Push yourself to take that initial action, no matter how small it may be. You have to move. Faith without works is void. I understand what that means. You can have faith all day. You can know who you are all day. You can believe who you are all day. But if you aren't putting in any action, none of it matters. If you even just have to think about it, like look at the Big Bang. Without the Big Bang actually impacting and or imploding or exploding, whatever happened, it was action there, and it produced all of this. It produced us. It produced life. Like or the of God. Like God had to put in action at producing something. It had to produce a light. It had to produce a darkness. It had to produce a sun. It had to produce a moon. It had to produce animals. It had to create beings, human beings. It had to create like action, 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 action. Take a first step. Do something. Push yourself. Accountability. Stay accountable. Share your goals with someone you trust or join a super group where you can hold each other accountable. Like accountability, I realize it's like you can yourself accountable, but it works better when you have other people around you that's holding you accountable as well, because it's like having again that extra mind or that extra voice. You feel what I'm saying? Like instead of having one wife nagging at you, you got two wives nagging at you, or you got two friends, pushing and motivating you to push through whatever obstacle that you're going through. That accountability piece is key when transitioning. Stay positive and persistent. Believe in yourself and maintain a positive mindset, even if you face setbacks. Stay persistent and keep pushing forward. That's self explanatory. There are going to be moments to where, you're going to face adversity. Like today, I could have gave up. I've been at this all day. It's again 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still at it, trying to get this video out for you guys because I'm not giving up on myself. I'm not giving up on the words and of wisdom that I want to get out to you guys. I'm not on the education that I want to get out to you guys. I'm not giving up. I'm staying persistent because I know the more and more that I stay persistent, the more and more I grow within myself. So if I'm growing within myself, I'm able to educate you and enlighten you more as I level up on how to get to the level if you're not here where I am mentally, if you feel as though you're not, right? If you feel as though I'm more insightful in an area than you are. You feel me? We always need a coach. I have a coach. I have a mentor, right? So with that being said, with me learning from a coach and learning from a mentor, I know how to be a coach and a mentor on a specific level, on the level that I am in right now. But it starts with staying persistent, I'm telling you. Reward yourself. Celebrate your achievements, both big and small. Rewarding yourself for progress can boost your motivation. Yo, pat yourself on the back. What guy Snoop Dogg say? I want to thank me. Thank you. Thank you for accomplishing those things. To my ladies out there, you feel me? You accomplished in your career. There's nothing wrong with getting your nails done. There's nothing wrong with getting your hair done. You feel me? There's nothing wrong with going shopping. There's nothing wrong with taking that vacation. Fellas, there's nothing wrong with buying that whip. There's nothing wrong with buying them new sneaks. There's nothing wrong with, like me, I like games. Like, you know what I'm saying? I reward myself. Like, I bought Madden. You feel me? That's me rewarding myself. If you feel like you want to spend some money and invest in something, go reward yourself. Like, but do something that makes you feel good. Last but not least, learn from challenges. Embrace challenges as learning opportunities. Analyze any setbacks and use them as lessons to improve your approach. Remember that taking actions is a gradual process and it's okay to start small. Focus on progress rather than perfection and keep moving forward step by step. Each action you take brings you closer to your goals and your transitioning process. I'm telling you, man, like it takes time. And what I feel like we should do is actually like we should, talk about how we can transition properly throughout this whole month. Have a little challenge as far as, developing a foundation on how we can transition ourselves mentally, how we can transition ourselves financially, and how we can transition ourselves spiritually, also physically, making a change, going from one set of characteristics or circumstances into another. You feel me? So that is the knowledge of the day. how to effectively transition through the season. The season that we are in or going into is the season of transitioning. And that just, leads us into the next segment, which is new upgrades. You feel me? New upgrades comes with learning something new. So I want to take the time to learn something new with you guys. And I actually picked the article that I wanted to discuss with you all. And I'm going to actually pull it up. This was something dope that I felt was very interesting. And, y'all let me know if you find it interesting too. So we're going to share that. There we go. We're going to do this. Come on. There we go. So we are on the World Economic Forum. This is a forum pretty much like that has a lot of information of what's going on in the world, obviously. But more than that, there are a group of individuals that meet up every year and discuss um, the trajectory of where they want the world to go. They discuss, new advancements, technology, financial crisis. They just discuss everything about what's transpiring in the world. And I feel as though, we need to start doing that. And I'm going to start doing that on my platform as well, with pretty much, educating us on what's happening around us so that we can be better prepared. But this article was very interesting because it was talking about how Africa's youth will global growth. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention a lot, but there's been a lot going on as far as this continent, especially with the leaders. And I don't know about y'all, but this is transitioning season, and I feel as though with all that has transpired over centuries and generations when it comes to the African people, the African descents, the ancestors of the African culture, the lineage. It's time for them to be highlighted as, the gods that they are, the beautiful people that they are, and not let propaganda drive what we believe and take on about, these people and this place and their culture. So on the World Economic Forum, it has an article that was written in August 16th on how Africa's youth will drive global growth. It is about, the next up and coming. So, we need to keep steady on that, and we need to take heed to what's happening. So it says by 2035, there will be more young Africans entering the workforce each year than in the rest of the world combined. With the right investment in education, technology, and entrepreneurship, the potential of Africa's youth to drive sustainable development and transformative change is boundless. Digital transformation has the potential to reverse the trend of jobless growth in Africa and alter the structure of African economies. Now, I do want to point out that Africa is very resourceful. They have most of the resources that people use around the whole world. However, they're the most also depleted of resources. But that doesn't take away their mind, that doesn't take away their spirit, that doesn't take away the knowledge that they do still have within them. And if they have the ability to obtain these advanced resources, as we might see more advanced technologies, I feel like, they're going to take the world by storm. Africa is a continent teeming with youthful energy and untapped potential, boasting the world's youngest population with more than 60% of the continent's population under the age of 25. The burgeoning youth population is projected to grow even further as Africa's population is expected to reach 2.5 billion by 2050, up from 1.4 billion today. Wow. Okay. Notably, by 2035, there will be more young Africans entering the workforce each year than the rest of the world combined. With China, Japan, Korea, and many European countries all experiencing a sharp decline in young workers, Africa's fast growing youth population has the potential to drive global growth in the same way as China's young workers once powered the global economy. To be sure, harnessing this potential will require both transformative reforms under Agenda 2063. I need to look into that. The African Union's ambitious blueprint for transforming Africa into the global powerhouse of the future. Okay, so it's a blueprint. Okay, which Article 6 presents a framework for a youth-led development agenda through targeted investments in education, technology, and entrepreneurship. That's good. Education to stimulate transformation. Investing in quality education is essential to unlocking the potential of Africa's youth, but there are significant challenges in the education sector. Despite the vast potential of Africa's youth, there are significant challenges in the education sector. In sub-Saharan Africa, a staggering 30 million primary school-aged children are currently out of school. Wow, depriving them of vital learning opportunities and highlighting a stark disparity in educational opportunities. And this is why, we get left behind in particular things, especially when it comes to like financial gain, when it comes to just, knowledge on different things of technological advancement. If we aren't educated or if we don't have the resources, which they do, but if we aren't taught how to utilize those resources, because they are still living in times to where they are pretty much living as slaves. Some of them, not all, but some of them. And but the leaders again are standing up now and this, um, getting away from being crucified by other outside forces that look to steal, kill, and deceive them. And it's just not right. In God's eyes, everybody deserves a chance to live life, experience life in peace and in a sound mind. So this right here, man, I see it. So the population is just gonna grow, or how it has grown from 1950 to 2021. So it went from 200 million all the way to 1.2 billion in this span from 1950 to 2021. However, there are promising efforts underway to address these issues. The African Union has led the process aimed at providing recommendations to African policymakers for a more equitable education system that meets the demands of the 21st century. An ad hoc task force has brought about the creation of the African Union Declaration on Transforming Education, which suggests solutions to address these challenges, such as increased investment in education, teaching, training, and technology integration, alongside strong political leadership. Okay, all right, this is good. This is dope. Read this whole article, but this is dope. I love to see that they're now being put in a situation to where they're able to develop in the way that they deserve to develop, grow into the way that they deserve to grow, utilize the resources that they have to be, the powerful beings that they are. And again, like, we need to start transitioning into a time to where we work together instead of, work to steal and harm each other. I understand that there are two ends of the pendulum. You're gonna have your positive and your negative. But at the end of the day, the goal is to find balance. So let's find balance. But that's a learning experience right there. That's something new. Y'all can find this on the World Economic Forum site. This article was written by, who wrote this? Chido M. Pimba, Chido M. Munyadi, I think, wrote this one. Let me see. Let me go all the way down. But I want to give credit where credit is due. It doesn't really say who wrote it. But yeah, y'all can find this on the World Economic Forum. That's what's going on in the world today. Y'all let me know if y'all want to do more than one article, or we should just stick to one good article for the day and let that be the new thing that we learn. But that's something that I feel like was very Africa's growing, man. Their music is growing. They're recognized as more of a place of gold, more so than a place of lack. And I'm proud of this. I'm proud to see this. So I hope y'all enjoyed that fact, man. That was dope. That was dope. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing, and we're gonna get back to it now. Yeah, man. So y'all let me know. We're gonna go ahead and now move into TPQ, thought provoking question of the day. Today is day 18. Day 18. Thought provoking question of the day. What is the ideal version of yourself you want to be? So the ideal version of myself I want to be is going to sound so cliche, but I want to see the best version or the greatest version of myself in all aspects. I want to see the greatest version of myself physically fit. I want to see the greatest version of myself and financially stable. I want to see the greatest version of myself being mentally stable. I want to see um the ideal version of yourself. What is the ideal version of yourself you want to be? I see, or what's ideal for me is like I just see myself just stable all the way around, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. My relationship with my wife, um, my relationship with friends, colleagues, the relationship that I'm gonna have with my children when I have children. Like I see myself having a lot of investments, not only in the United States, but across the world, global, being in different industries, helping out different individuals who believe in the same purpose and the mission as me. And just pushing the limit while I can. You know me, while I'm here, I want to just, set a foundation for when I'm not here. There will be a time that, Christopher isn't doing the See Your Greatness podcast. However, people will be able to utilize this information in this platform that I leave here, encourage themselves and enlighten themselves and to motivate themselves to do better. So I'll forever be immortalized in that way. At one point, I didn't have something to look back on to utilize as a tool for learning experiences. So I decided to, make the ideal self or the ideal version of myself as, a guider, a student, but also a mentor to those who need to see their greatness, man, because we all have that potential within us. And I believe in all of us. As long as you believe in yourself, I believe in you. Know you. As long as you trust in yourself, I trust you. And as long as you trust and believe and know the higher source, you can't do anything wrong. So yeah, man, day 18, what is the ideal version of your want to be? So y'all answer those questions down below. And we going to stay connected in that fashion. Other than that, man, like that's it for today's segment. Other than the wisdom for your vision, y'all let me know how y'all enjoyed this episode. Again, I apologize that I'm not as energetic today, but it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm getting this podcast out to y'all, and we just not gonna stop, man. We're not gonna stop. We're gonna for greatness, strive for perfection, and yeah, we're just gonna continue to do our thing. So, wisdom for your vision, man, to take you until tomorrow, until next episode. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. You feel me? I'm gonna let that marinate with y'all. That's real deep. Because even, blind people that I know have a lot of vision. So what's worse? To have sight and still have no vision? Or to have no sight but have vision? That's deep, man. So again, man, wisdom for your vision. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. And that came from Helen Keller. Helen Keller was the one that should be given credit for that quote. That was dope. But listen, man, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired. Y'all continue to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna continue to, stay and flow like water. We're gonna continue to move and progress towards greatness. These episodes are going to continue to get better. They're gonna continue to be more organized, more structured, so that we can, have, a solidified plan, goals, objectives, and we just learn something together. You feel me? Again, this is what it's about. It's about learning about our greatness, learning about that's not only within us, within others, learning how we can, become better beings for not only us here, but around the world. This is what it's about, man. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I hope that I'm being a good instructor, an educator. I'm being a good mentor, teacher, guider, living survival manual, however you see fit. But this is what I aim to do. I aim to just give you game knowledge so that you can realize it in the best way, shape, and form that you can. It's better to have something than nothing. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Remember, someone has to see your greatness. When I start with yourself, stay blessed, always finesse. Definitely trust the Most High's process, the true keys to success. And we are always together, man. Until next time, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all. Peace. Yes, Zersky. Oh, before I get out of here, man, if y'all want to, continue to donate towards the brand and the movement, hit the link again. I'm gonna go ahead and put this link up here. I'm really promoting this heavy because I really want to start doing a lot for the community. Not only the community that I work in as far as like the mental health side, but also you guys. I want to be able to do giveaways, give backs, things of that nature. It might be, giving out new t-shirts. It might be giving out, something of monetary value. Who knows? I can get to a point to where I can give somebody a computer who might need one, a phone, books, just any and everything that I feel like can be beneficial towards helping you become a better version of yourself. Not only that, not only the donation, I have new merch up there on the link, and again, to just tap in, man. Tap in with me on a personal level if you feel as though you need guidance and you need help. I'm always here to help and assist. To all my entrepreneurs, to all my teachers, if you want to tap in with me as well, I would love to bring you guys on the platform so that you can educate not only me but the people that listen. And the way to do that again is by hitting the link, and that'll allow you to shoot me an email. And we'll pick a day and time that you guys can come on the platform. Those who do view, we can do it live as well. And way, you can ask questions in the live chat, and we just go from there, man. So I might just start doing that, just start transitioning these into more like live podcasts as well, so that we can have the live chat going too. So again, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and we're gonna tap in tomorrow. Go be great, man. Go see your greatness. One.